So when you say you're going to get married... I'll get to that in a minute. I see. Caroline, assuming that these two are telling the truth, that means that someone else is running around trying to set me up as my sister's murderer, and who knows what else. My children are still in danger. Right. So in order to prevent me from doing things that nearly get the pair of you killed because I jumped to what I don't think was an unreasonable conclusion given the available information, at this point Leo side-eyes Robin and Robin makes a face at him. I need to know what you know. I agree. You do need to know. Good. I'm not going to have them spell it all out in prose right now. Because you don't know. Because it's good to have suspense, and yes, admittedly I have not yet worked out all of the details. But there is one on-the-page question that must be answered.
You were working for Baron Mabry a year ago, Captain Collins? Was it you who killed my husband?
Leo looks you square in the eyes and shakes his head. No, he says. I didn't kill your husband.
Do you know who did?
He looks uncomfortable.
Are you going to tell me?
No.
Why not?
One crisis at a time, my lady.
I see.
Right, with that sorted, can we go back to the part where you said you were getting married?
Leo, I know you probably don't like me much right now, and I don't blame you, and I realize that this is a little forward, but will you marry me?
Rosamond, a fake wedding was already the plan.
No, I mean, will you actually marry me?
I'm sorry, why are you asking your hothead Leo to marry you?
Captain Collins knows the bridge guards he has the best odds of getting me across and home now.
Right, but that doesn't require...
Since he's a citizen of Bavaria, marrying him removes any legal grounds for Baron Mabry's challenge to my late husband's will.
Following you so far.
Getting married in Abrinia requires you to have a marriage contract in which we can state that Leo renounces any claim to my estates.
He's probably more interested in your tracts of land.
Which means that regardless of what happens with the peace talks, my kids still inherit like they're supposed to, which, lest you forget, Caroline, is my entire motivation for everything which has thus far transpired.
That's actually very clever.
It's only clever if they're telling me the truth right now, but I think if they were here to kill me, they'd already have done it.
Fair point.
Will you marry me, Leo? Please?
Not that I want to interfere, Rosamond, but if you need to marry a Bavarian citizen to sort out this inheritance mess, why not your hot childhood best friend who is also conveniently right here?
A. Robin doesn't know the bridge guards. My odds of getting across and home in the next 12 hours are highest if it's Captain Collins and I crossing.
Yes, but...
B. Robin has sufficient political clout to stay out of trouble on his own.
True, but...
C. Robin is rich, personable, and attractive. I was under the impression he was already married, but every time I try and think about it, I just get the vague impression of the name Eleanor and a headache.
Eleanor! I knew there was someone I had left out of this draft.
And D, it is my fault that Leo is wanted by the Abrenian authorities for espionage. I nearly got him killed. Caroline, I owe him whatever protection I can offer, and being married to King Roland's sister-in-law is the best I can do.
You'd really marry someone you've known less than a month?
Wouldn't be my first political marriage. Besides, we both know that you would have found a way to make this fake wedding into a real one. At least this way I chose it.
After staring at you for an uncomfortably long time,
yes, this isn't nerve-wracking at all.
Leo agrees to your plan for a marriage of political convenience.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Robin, who has no respect for my outlines either and might also be married, thinks it's a stroke of genius.
Robin, I need paper, a pen, a priest, and a second witness, and I need all of them before it starts to get dark.
Give me half an hour. What else do you need?
Will this fit you? Good. This one is for you to give to me.
Captain Collins gently suggests that you should rest until Robin returns.
Why?
Because I've seen healthier looking corpses, my lady.
A vile accuracy, Captain.
Don't worry, he'll keep watch and you'll feel remarkably refreshed when you wake up.
Good.
Because you'll slide off that tree mid-nap, Leo will feel obliged to catch you and then he won't want to move in case you wake up. Sleep deprivation is a fascinating thing. Robin returns, and once you're changed, he drags the pair of you off to complete the necessary paperwork. That accomplished, you present yourselves to the local priest, and she seems to know Leo.
And he really does just speak Abrenian like a native. At some point, sir, we are going to need to have a chat about other things it might be useful for me to know.
Regardless, it is time for the ceremony, where you join hands, exchange rings, and promise to love, honour, and cherish the other. And when it concludes, Rosamond, you do know...
Yes, Caroline, I am familiar with the wedding service.
Congratulations, Captain and Mrs. Leo Collins, you are now husband and wife. And since it is expected, Leo, of course, raises your hand to his face and gently kisses the back of it. Not the trope I was expecting, but I think I can work with it. The wedding ceremony has ended, and you and your hot husband are walking towards the tavern nearest the bridge to enact the next part of your plan.
I know it's not the done thing for newlyweds to discuss, but if you absolutely can't bear being married to me, you can just divorce me as soon as Edmund comes of age. I won't fight you.
Captain Collins wonders why you don't just plan to divorce him when Edmund is of age.
But I made you a promise. I wouldn't...
So you intended your wedding vows, but did not expect him to mean his.
I didn't mean it like... I'm sorry. I really appreciate you doing this for me, and I don't want to be a burden to you.
You're both silent for a moment, but just as Leo opens his mouth to respond, you hear Robin shouting, "Who wants a drink to celebrate the happy couple?" And you're on. The Bridge and Rabbit Tavern is soon chock full of happy patrons whom you are plying with free drinks.
I'm going out.
Once it is full dark and the crowd seems sufficiently rowdy, your new husband picks you up in a bridal carry and, with a little help, gets you both onto the horse. I mean, you're pretty much just sitting in his lap.
Fascinating.
As you approach the bridge that will take you home, followed by your well-wishers, you snuggle in closer, hoping that the darkness and the veil will sufficiently hide your face. Just in case. When you reach the bridge, some of the guards recognize Leo, and there are many ribald congratulations on his recent nuptials before, blessedly, they let you across.
We're not safe yet.
After a tense few minutes, you reach the other side of the bridge, where Leo enjoys a similar conversation with the guards there, before urging the horse forward.
I'll just stay here a minute.
Rosamond? Rosamond? Well, Captain, I assume you know where you're going. I'll leave you to it. You awaken warm, though somewhat achy, several hours before dawn.
I'm on a horse.
Correct?
I must have fallen asleep.
Also correct.
I got married.
Yes, you did.
Can you smell that?
You know, this letting the characters run amok thing is actually fascinating. Anyway, after a brief break...
Is that code for everyone wishes there was a real toilet, but I guess we'll make do?
You walk together beside the horse for the last stretch.
Thank you for bringing me home. And Is that smoke?
As you crest the hill, you see your home before you, mostly obscured by an enormous pillar of smoke and flames.
The children.
The darkness and the smoke make it difficult to see what's happening, but you scramble down the hill toward your burning home, Captain Collins hot on your heels.
Edmund! Charlotte!
You skid to a stop as you see Edmund helping with the bucket chain, and, after a few more tense moments, you spot Charlotte trying to keep the cats away from the chickens.
Thank you. What's that noise?
You see one of the fires creeping closer to the stables, and hear shouts from inside.
Oh no.
The door to the stables has been barred, and men and horses are screaming to be let out.
Stop pushing! Stand back!
Someone has tied the drawbar in place, but you cut the strap with your knife. Did you have that on you at the wedding?
Of course.
And strain to lift a heavy piece of wood, but it is very large, and the grooms inside are pushing on the doors, impeding your progress.
Come on! Come on!
Suddenly you feel it start to move. Leo has joined you, and together you lift the bar from the doors, which burst open, knocking you backwards. Your head hits the sun-baked ground, and everything goes black. You wake up in your own bed.
I'm either home or dead. Oh, okay, probably not dead.
When you exit your chambers, still in your nightgown, you find Leo dozing on a chair outside.
I'll just leave him there for now.
You seem remarkably sanguine about someone changing your clothes. Maybe the thought of your hot husband peeling off your burned, torn wedding dress isn't so unpleasant?
No, Wait, did I tell Victoria that she wasn't the boss of me while she was helping me get changed?
You're not even slightly disappointed it wasn't him?
Leo wouldn't know where I keep my nightgowns. Or the clean menstrual cloths.
Oh.
It's been a month.
I was hoping you would try to kiss Leo while he carried you up the stairs.
I didn't.
You didn't. But you did pet his manly chest like a puppy and tell him his shirts were very soft. It was adorable.
You know what? None of that matters. Because I'm home. You find your children in the kitchen with your brother-in-law Magnus. Much hugging, crying, and eating ensues. What happened? An arsonist sneaked in last night. Luckily, Charlotte heard the noise and threw her chamber pot at them. Of course she did. The whole household was roused by the racket, but several fires were already burning. But everyone's all right? Everyone is all right. Good. Magnus, when you see Martin, could you ask him to attend Captain Collins and move all of his belongings into the Rose Room? That's your room. Obviously. Rosamond, you know there isn't any you don't have contractual obligations. I think you'll find that I do. Caroline, is something wrong? No, I'm
I'm not writing that.
Is this a hang-up about writing intimate scenes where one of the characters has your hot editor's face? Are you afraid he's going to notice?
What? No, Excuse me.
Caroline?